What up, y'all? It's your boy Jay, back at it again with another video. You know what today is? Today is Tuesday, which means it's Tierlist Tuesday. Um, this week, since I'm playing, I'm getting back in nostalgia with playing my good old Sonic games and shit. I thought about making a Sonic tier list for y'all. Um, I don't really know if any of my friends are big Sonic fans, but I know a few, but they're not big as I am. So it's just like I might as well make a tier list to show how much I fuck with the boy. Um, without whether to first before we even get started, have you liked have you subscribed yet? Have you done that? I don't think you have. Hit that button below so you get your notifications for when I upload. It's free. Why not do it? You know what I'm saying? Show your boy some love. Um, and then throw down below what else you want me to tier list do. It could be music, it could be games, it could be food, it can be anything your heart desires. As long as I feel that I've done enough of it, I will do a tier list to it. It's literally that simple. But let's get started doing it right now. So to begin, I'm gonna do the never played first. So I never played Frontiers. Where is Frontiers? I haven't played Frontiers. That game came out last year. I didn't get a chance to buy it yet. That game I want to run on my when I get my PC though. So I'm trying not to buy it, but I really want to buy it. Um, what's another game I haven't played? Um, I think I played everything else actually. Everything else I just okay. So we're gonna start from our bottom to the bottom to the top. So C tier off rip, Sonic Forces, bro. That story to that game was fucking bullshit, bro. Like the villain was cool, Infinite was cool, but I didn't like how um basically the voice acting or the plot was. Like the villains were cool and for the nostalgia factor, but it was still kind of like lackluster when it came to we gotta make our own custom character. um we was able to use the wisp again, but as weapons. So, and then we had some cutscenes where we would play as, or we had some instances where we would play as Sonic and fight as well as playing with our character, because we're a part of a what's that shit called? Um, give me a second. A resistance. My fault. We're part of a resistance in that game. Um, because we're fighting Eggman and all the other shit. So the story was good, okay, but it was like the gameplay itself was kind of shitty, so I didn't really fuck with that. Um, so that's why I'm putting that at C tier. Next up, we got Lost World. Lost World was also a C tier in my opinion because it was on the Wii U, which is not a problem. It was just the fact that okay, um, I wasn't really big on Wii U games. I think Sonic Lost World was the only Sonic game we got on Wii U, if I'm not mistaken. Um, but basically, we're fighting against the Sinister Six, which is a new enemies, which is cool. That's all good. We got new enemies and shit like that. But the boss fights weren't really like a challenge, and then it was like we didn't get to boost. We didn't have like the boost mechanic in that game. It was more so like spin dashing, and then which wasn't a problem. I don't mind spin dashing, but it's like the mechanics in that game wasn't. It was really more of a platformer. It wasn't really you boost around fast as shit type shit like the basic Sonic that I grew up with. Um. So uh, I like the fact that the story changed. Like we got new enemies and all that shit, but at the end of the day, the game itself wasn't that great for me. So I'm putting that as a C tier. Um, let's see what's up. Next we got let's do. I mean, if we're going backwards, what is it? Sonic Generations next. Sonic Generations. I'm gonna put I'm gonna put that as a B tier. Now, the only reason I'm putting it in the middle is because the story was great. Is first of all, it was for Sonic's 25th anniversary, if I'm not mistaken. Um, so it was a birthday game, but the story was good. The story was good. It was like, okay, so we got a new enemy. Well, we got basically, it wasn't necessarily a new enemy, but the villains were from, or the boss fights were all, boss fights from different games over the years of Sonic games. So we had Metal Sonic, we had the Death Egg, we not Death Egg, we had the Death Robot, we had A Dragoon, we had Silver, we had Shadow, we had Time Eater, which was the final boss battle with the Supersonic. The thing that I fuck with that is that we got to play as both of the Supersonics, not just one. So it was cool. Um I like the fact that we was able to play as both classic Sonic and modern Sonic. So classic Sonic was more of the platformer, you know, uh and then modern Sonic was the boosting around and all that junk. So it was like I got the balance of the two in that game, so it was cool. The thing is that I don't know if a lot of people finished or got enough of the shit to unlock certain stuff in that game. But when you basically if you didn't know, Sonic in Sonic Generations, when you play as classic Sonic and you get most of the stuff done in the game, you unlock the homing attack for this nigga. And I was hyped. I'm like, oh shit, this nigga get a homing attack? Because he wasn't able to do that in the classic games. I was like, oh, that's fire. So I fuck with that. I fuck with that little detail mechanic in there. When I was completing the game, when I usually complete the games like on my downtime. Like when I usually like I was gonna make a series of me playing all the Sonic games. Um, but I was just like, bro, I didn't at first. I wasn't really feeling up to doing it, so it was just like because I have Sonic Generations, I have Sonic Colors, and I have Sonic Unleash. But I'm like, well, Sonic out of the three, Sonic Unleash is my favorite game, so I'm going to make a series out of that for sure. Which I've been fucking sleeping on y'all with. I apologize. Like I just like I haven't played it. I just haven't felt like playing it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm getting one of those moods with any type of game. I take a break from it. It's like I don't feel like playing it. So it's like yeah. So um I'm a probably stream that shit most likely after this. We just gonna transition to my Xbox. But I feel like Sonic Generations is definitely a B tier game in my opinion. So that's why I'm gonna keep it at. Next we have Sonic Colors. Now Sonic Colors will probably be hmm. I don't want to put it at B, but I might put it at B for right now. Cause I always change. You know how if you've been watching my tier list too, you know how we do it. We make all the games tier lists or what we put everything in the tier list, and then at the end we change it around for any last minute decisions. So for right now, I might I'm gonna keep Sonic Colors right here for right now. Now Sonic Colors was a great game. We got introduced to new power ups, which was the Wisp. Um, there was plenty of boosting around, platforming and stuff. Um, and the boss fights were really weren't really they weren't difficult. Um, I would say my favorite stages on that map were um Aquarium Park. Well, it's like all of them hold a special place in my heart, but it's certain acts on the stages that have what I'm saying. But if we're talking about like just the map itself, it's Planet Wisp, it's Aquarium Park, and it's Asteroid Coaster. Now, oh, and Terminal Velocity. Even though we only got we got two acts on it, and then we got a boss fight. The music on that stage is so fucking cool. So like that's the only reason why I have that as of what it is. But overall, the game was good. It's just the fact that for there were two versions. which is the Wii version and the DS version. The thing is, with the DS version, we got a supersonic fight. We didn't get a supersonic fight on the colors version. On the Wii version, all we got was, oh, you can unlock supersonic by doing all this extra shit. Like on the DS version, we had the special stages again. And you had to get a certain amount of stuff on the special stages to unlock to get the Chaos Emerald, and then after you defeat Eggman on Terminal Velocity, and you escape, you finish the game. But then you get a secret boss fight, which is the supersonic fight, which is cool. I fucked with that. That's why, like, if I had to choose which game I fuck with more, obviously I fuck with the Wii version because we got more X. Because if I'm not mistaken, we had um we had 3X on the DS, and then we had like the special missions, and uh then was the boss fight, and that was it. Um for the DS, for the Wii, we had um we had like 6X. We had like 6, 7X. And then we got a boss fight. That's cool. I fuck with that. Like, most stages were boosting and platforming, and most stages were just platforming. Where you just gotta use the whisk majority of the time. Like, and I like that about Sonic Colors because it made you really use the powers that you got from the game as you progress in the story. So actually, now that I think about it, I'm actually I might move that up. That might be an A tier game for me. Um, Next, what came before Colors? I think it was Unleash. No, no, no. I think it was one of the I think it was Sonic and the Secret. No, Sonic and the Black Knight. Where's the Black Knight? There it is. S tier game. Sonic and the Secret Rings, Sonic and the Black Knight. They're both S tier games. If you don't agree with me, you're fucking bugging. Both of those games had W soundtrack, W story, W gameplay. For the Wii, y'all gotta realize, bro, the Wii had about, if I'm not mistaken, well, I could put Sonic Unleashed in there too, but if we're talking about for Wii itself, Sonic had 4 games, and these are the 4 games right here: Sonic Unleashed, Sonic Unleashed, Sonic Colors, Sonic and Secret Rings, and Sonic and the Black Knight. Now, for the Wii, Sonic Unleashed wasn't really that good. I didn't really fuck with that because I got to play it on both the Xbox and the Wii. Because I enjoyed it so much on the 360, I had to get it on the Wii too when I seen it. So for me to get this joint, I was like, the transition from playing on the 360 to the Wii, I was like, yo, that shit kind of shitty. Like, I prefer the 360 version. But I think I'm gonna keep all these S tier. For right now, I'm glad I changed it because these 4 games, in my opinion, are some of the best. Okay, no. So, all right, so then I'm gonna do this then. That's cool. That's cool. So next we got let's do we're gonna do this. So then we got the classic Sonic, the first 3 Sonic games, and then Sonic CD. Now the thing about these 4 that I just put up there, the one you can play them all for free. Well, except for Sonic the Hedgehog 3. You can play Sonic the Hedgehog, Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and Sonic CD all for free on your phone. So even if you might have not played it on the Sega Genesis, which I didn't get to play that on the Sega Genesis. I didn't get the luxury to because I didn't have that growing up. But these games came out before my time, so that makes sense. But these 4 Sonic games were goated growing. Like when I got to play, because I actually got to play the Sega Genesis growing up, but I never had one. So my cousin had one of these, and I got to play. Oh no, I'm fucking lying. It's not my cousin. It was my teacher in high school. Um, I forgot his name. He was our English teacher in like 10th, 11th grade. He brought in his Sega Genesis and he allowed us to play that joint on his little TV, bro. I was hype as shit to play. I'm like, yo, you got Sonic? I'm like, yo, I was like, you like, yeah, like you can go ahead and play it. Nobody else in that class wanted to play that joint. I'm just sitting there the whole time, rocking that shit. But he had, if I'm not mistaken, he had Sonic the Hedgehog 1. He just had Sonic the Hedgehog and he had a couple other Sega games. But I mainly only cared about playing Sonic the Hedgehog. Um, but these four games, the soundtracks were good. The gameplay was basically the same. You know, each game had a little different stuff. Obviously Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and introduced Tails. Sonic the Hedgehog 3. Oh, I'm forgetting about Sonic and Knuckles. Oh my god. There we go. Those five games, they're all A tier. Actually, I'll put them B tier. I'll put them B tier because of the game. All the games are they're all classic Sonic games and they're all the same format. But if I was to do like, okay, so if I was to switch this, be like, oh yeah, like how much I fuck with the Sonic games by their OST. Oh yeah, this is gonna be A tier or S tier. Um, Next we got Sonic 06. Now, or no, let's do the adventure series. No, let's do Heroes. Let's do Heroes. Sonic Heroes definitely B tier. OST was great. They introduced the rest of the cast in that game, which was great. The I fucked with the final boss, which was Metal Sonic or Metallic Sonic. I don't remember what his name was in there, but it was Metal Sonic, but he basically got like powered up type shit. Um, Sonic 06. Oh god, I'm gonna get a lot of backlash for this. I can tell. Um, the gameplay was kind of shitty, but for nostalgia, for me, that game. Oh man, man. I want to put it in an A tier so bad, but I'm gonna be safe and I'm gonna put it B tier. Um, Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, definitely A tier games. OST for both of those games were great. The story was great. Sonic Adventure 2 introduced Shadow. We had the nicest fucking uh not necessarily boss fights. I mean, we had the Bio Lizard at the end, I think, right? Where we had to fight this with Super Sonic and Super Shadow. So that was kind of cool. Um I think I'm actually satisfied with this. I would say hmm I think I'm actually okay with this tier list actually. Um so we gonna actually save that. Um and then we gonna end it here. I'm actually satisfied with that tier list. I'm satisfied with that. So if they allow me to click the X button, thank you. If y'all liked my tier list, let me know if you have any agreements or disagreements in the comments below. But that's all the time I have for y'all for this tier list today. We're gonna end that shit right now.